Hello, friends. So I'm coming to you today from a place of feeling, I think, more steady, more stable than I have been feeling in recent weeks, for sure. And I think that's really a fruit of having completed a really beautiful practice right now that served me. And so I wanted to share it. So this is a little bit impromptu. I'll tell you a bit about what inspired this practice, and it's something that I have been working on, kind of developing and creating for myself in response to the needs, the great needs I feel arising every day to find ways to tend to my own heart. It's a time in the world where there's a lot of suffering. There's no question about that. It's a time in the world where there's a lot of division. And as I have been existing in this collective space of our society, I found inadvertently just through taking in, media and having conversations with people that some of those lines of division have ended up running right down, the middle of myself and through parts of myself in ways that have been really painful. And so, what I have been focused on and committed to in response is really doing the work of befriending myself first, seeing if I can find ways to love and accept and open to all the parts of who I am. And I know that that can serve as a basis of being able to show up in the world in a way that's compassionate and loving, when it's really not easy to do that, oftentimes for me, in the moments I've been living through lately. So, in Buddhist teachings, there is this concept called Maitri. That's a Sanskrit word. And I learned most about it through the wonderful teachings of a Buddhist teacher named Pema Chodron. And as I understand it, Maitri can be translated as unconditional friendliness, or as Pema Chodron often says, unconditional friendship with oneself. When I first heard this term, it felt like really pie in the sky, long way off, so aspirational that it did not feel attainable to me at that time. I didn't even really know what that meant, to be unconditionally friendly towards myself. Sounded suspiciously like self-love, which was another very aspirational concept for me at the time. And in the couple of decades since then, it's been one of the largest focuses of my own personal practice. And it's something that I'm drawing on deeply at this moment that we're living through right now. And I want to say a word about friendship and friendliness. I think I misunderstood. One misunderstanding that I had initially was that being unconditionally friendly towards myself was suspiciously like being really nice and like letting myself off the hook and avoiding challenges. That is not the way that I perceive or understand Maitri to be. So when I think about being unconditionally friendly towards myself, this is, the kind of friend who is really there for me and in service, committed to supporting my highest good from the broadest perspective available. So, the kind of friend who will tell me the truth with love when I really need to hear it. The kind of friend who will sit by my side and be with me in the moments when I feel like I have really messed it all up and I might be dealing with shame and unworthiness. Like that friend is right there. They aren't necessarily condoning whatever the behavior was that led to some of those difficult feelings, but they don't abandon me in my darkest moments. and they are believing in my essential goodness and ready to be with me as I work to, heal and build myself back up into recognizing the good that's there. And so this kind of friend is, I believe, what we all need, certainly what I need. And of course, each of us have different needs. So this concept of Maitri is really about sensing into the kind of friend that you most need in that really deep and fundamental way, and then working to cultivate that. And it's my belief that from this place, when we have a friend like that, when I have a friend like that, it just seems possible to get through no matter how challenging the moment might be that I'm living in, no matter how painful I might be experiencing some of the challenges in the world. Having that friend and that sense of having someone who is standing beside me, who is with me, having a sense of belonging, having someone I can really trust, serves as a foundation for being able to offer myself the kind of compassion that then I can offer out into the world a lot more freely. And so it's a practice that serves my own well-being, and it also allows me to be in service to this greater collective at a time when it feels like we really need it. We really need people who have that capacity to come from a place of compassion and care. So, yeah, let's walk through a practice that I have been using often to cultivate Maitri in my own life. And my hope is that it will also be supportive to you. If you don't have a lot of experience with meditation, that's okay. If you do have a lot of experience with meditation, as you will know, please feel free to really relate with what I am offering as guidance, but to make this practice your own. It really is your own practice, whether you are very experienced or brand new. And so that sense of empowerment of being able to follow my guidance when it serves, and then also listen to what's really needed in your heart is really important. So I'll invite you to find a posture where you feel supported. For me, often that's sitting. It could also be lying down. It could be standing up. Whatever feels really good in your body. And I'll invite you, as you're having this sense of arriving, to just start to pay attention to what it's like to be in your body right now. You might deepen the breath. You might close the eyes or soften the gaze. You might begin to tune into the sensations that accompany this wild symphony of breathing. So much involved in the breath. So feeling the sensations around the nostrils as you inhale, following that breath down into the lungs and then the belly. And then on the exhale, inviting a sense of softening, of letting go. You might rest a little more into your seat, noticing the place where your body is contacting the chair or the floor beneath you. And inviting your body and your heart and your mind to be in the same place, the same time, just for a while. Whatever came before, allow it to stay in that prior time, and whatever's coming next will wait for you on the other side of this practice, just choosing to be here as best you can. Noticing what's happening throughout the body. There may be any obvious areas of tension. Could invite with gentleness just some softness or that opportunity to let go, not forcing it, a gentle invitation. Perhaps all those muscles around the eyes, inviting them to be soft, releasing the jaw, allowing the shoulders to fall away from the ears, cascading down the back. Arms hang heavy from the shoulders, inviting the hands to be soft. Noticing the sensations inside the hands. Feeling that aliveness that's there, the pulsing, tingling, vibrating. Bringing the attention into the heart space. And for the next couple of breaths, just breathing in and out of that heart space, inviting some spaciousness, some softness, some warmth. In that warm, spacious place of the heart, bringing an intention to cultivate unconditional friendship with yourself. Just imagining, if you can, what it would feel like to be your own most trusted, beloved friend. Someone who never abandons you, who sees and knows you fully and accepts you just as you are. And if that's difficult, you might connect to the feelings that you feel naturally towards a dear friend. Connect to how does it feel in the body? That sense of unwavering support, love, of acceptance. And I will offer some phrases that you might repeat silently or loud, just allowing them to settle into your heart like seeds. May I be the friend I most need in each moment. May I care for myself with tender compassion. May I come to know and accept all of who I am. May I offer myself forgiveness. May I trust my essential goodness. May I see myself through eyes of loving kindness. And I'll offer these phrases again and invite you to create your own phrases, whatever would feel most supportive to this deep intention to befriend yourself. May I be the friend I need in each moment. May I care for myself with tender compassion. And feel free to place a hand on the heart or on your cheek as a gesture of care, really feeling these phrases as you repeat them. May I offer myself forgiveness. May I trust in my essential goodness. May I see myself through eyes of loving kindness. And then continuing to repeat any of these phrases that especially resonated. Or any others that feel most needed. And finishing now with offering final phrases of friendship and care. Inviting you to rest for a moment in this spacious awareness. This place of warmth, friendliness towards all of who you are. And if you're encountering some resistance, some place of shutting down, if this feels difficult, offering kindness, friendliness, and compassion to that part of you too. Take a couple deeper, fuller breaths. Might bring some movement back into the body. Maybe a stretch. You can open the eyes. Thank you for practicing with me, my friends. Sending out a lot of compassion and care for each of you as you're navigating this time we're living through as best you can. May all of us do the work to tend to our own hearts first, so that eventually maybe we can be in the place to be able to offer care and compassion outwards. And no matter what, this work of healing and caring for our own hearts, coming to a place of self-compassion, compassion towards ourselves, greatly helps to de-escalate the suffering that's unfolding all around us. So this is not small work or preliminary work to anything else. It's a huge contribution to the whole. And I'm grateful for the time you've taken today in this direction. So may you be well.